Good day to everybody out there to see thy wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water. And today, in this video, we want to talk about modern day off-grid living. Not high-end, but modern day off-grid living. And I like to call it modern day off-grid living, and I like to bring my perspective on it for those of us who always, and I say those of us, most of us in the black community, because a lot of us in the black community, we really don't like the woods. We scared of snakes. We don't like spiders. And it's just not our, at least in the United States, we've gotten away from that. So when we're in that area, it's a lot of fear. Or to even think about something like off-grid living, we think is ancient or tents and no water. And I like to bring this side of it to show that we do have water. We do have electricity. We do have food that we grow in our garden. We do have all of those things. We can do all of that and still live our life in abundance. We don't have to feel like we're losing anything on the outside world. We can still go get the nicest car that we want. We can actually do this on the low end in just a tent or a van or your car with a 6,700 square foot piece of land that you get from the public auction, or that's for $3,500 in Florida. You could do it on that, or you could go and buy acreage in another country or in your country at the auction. United States, the sheriff's sale or the tax deed, you could do it there and start in that way. You could do it on any level, luxury or mid-level or low level, whatever way you want to go, but it's possible that you don't have to do it on a level that you think that it's not possible, which is, and I say not possible, something that is not pleasant. I shouldn't say not possible, but not pleasant, which is where you outside in the tent, mosquitoes is biting you everywhere. No, you could do it like this too, where you have a house, a roof over your head, water, being able to cook upstairs, off grid, or you can even connect to the grid. No mortgage, very important, right? Very low property taxes, or you can get out of them all in all if you know how to work your thing. No water bill, with a well, lush, beautiful, amazing garden, lots of fruit trees, or you could just start with a lot of land or a small piece, 6,700 square foot, but I know I'm all over the place and I'm trying to bring it to you home. 6,700 square foot piece of land. It's not a really big piece of land, but it's better than nothing. For $3,500, which I bought before in Florida, Winter Haven. Bought it for $3,500, ended up selling it for $12,000, but you can buy yours for $3,500 at the auction. Start you some seeds and you can go right in your car. Nobody wants to live in a car. Nobody. Well, you got to pay somebody every month to live in a house. You can start slow with the little bit of money you have. Whatever. Look, it's all possible. Stop thinking that it's impossible out here to do these things. Oh, we can't do it at the level as you. All right, so what? I can't do it at the level as somebody else. So what? The thing is, you have to do. You're always going to have to feed yourself. No matter what, you got to feed yourself. Either you're going to have to be able to pay for it, or you're going to have to be able to hunt it down, or go into the store. And if those things aren't available where you have to go in the store, you have to be able to produce it yourself. How are you going to do that? If you don't have your own land, you have to do it in some type of cups or some type of bags. But if you got your own land, you could do it on your own land. So go get your own piece of land at the sheriff's sale or the auction, right? And you could do it on this level, or you could do it on a level that's slower, or you could do it on a level that's higher. But this right here is possible, people. Like, you don't always have to be in a space of being under someone's control, paying a mortgage, paying a lease, paying an electrical bill, paying a water bill, paying for your food. These are basic necessities. Actually, the electrical and all, but the food is a necessity, but we have to pay for it every day. We should be trying to eliminate that expense. How much money you be saving? How much money I'm saving by not having a mortgage? How much money I'm saving by not having to pay a lease? How much money I'm saving by not having a car payment? You got to give that shit up front, but on the back end is where you catch it at. You give that money up front, but on the back end is where it's at. And this is where a lot of the rappers get robbed at, because they don't care about their back end. They don't care about their back end. You might not be getting physically, but you being somewhere else financially, because you don't care about your back end. You care about that $2 million up front that someone gave you. But 15 years down the road, they still collecting and you still owe them because you don't know the verbiage in your contracts. No, we want to get away from that. We want to get onto ownership so we can get on the back and we put the money up right now, and then later on we're still collecting, because the fruit trees are going to feed us forever. Never got to pay for another fruit a day of my life if I don't want to. Anything that I buy outside of here is because of I want. So let's not get it twisted out here. This is possible for you as well. You don't always have to be at that job. If you want to stay at that job and you want to stay in that county of the place that you grew up in, all right, find something there. If you don't want to stay in North Carolina, go to Tennessee. If you don't want to stay in New York City, go to Nebraska, go to South Carolina. Make sure that if you're black, make sure you're in a town that you can be in at night. And if you can't, stay your ass home. If you want to take that risk. Because a lot of these places where you can get these really cheap properties are in these back countries where it's a lot of old, clan ancestry, lineage that's still right there. So you got to be careful. But you also don't want to be fearful in a way that where it's preventing you from taking your life to the next level. We don't want to be stuck stagnant. People are going to be people, yes. But the rules out here is weird. It's ridiculous. But you have to the land and you can go by wherever you want to go, no matter what. You just have to have a plan. And even if you don't have a plan, make sure if you can see it up here, that's because the thing about me, a lot of things I see up here, I just bring them out like, it's not always the best way for everybody. It's not always the best way for everybody. I write a lot of things out too. So I don't want to make it seem like I don't. I do write a lot of things in my notes. I take lots of notes. My notes is filled up. So I'm not telling you not to write things down, but a lot of things in my head I can just continue to keep, and I do it like that. It's just I manifest a lot of things of what I see I think is magical. To look at it now to see the, and I'm appreciative and really, but the fact of the matter is we have to think about us, you have to think about you. Because if that job goes and you have no way to pay your bills, what are you going to do? If they shut that shit down, they give you a 6-month notice or a 3-week notice or a 3-month, whatever, and a severance package, what are you going to do after that? They give you $12,000. You better start looking for some land. Florida, wherever. It's out there. I see it all the time. $1,900, $1,700. Not in $1,736.54. That's what you see it as. Where's the land at? Oh, you gotta really get to some of them might not even be on the road. You might have to go off the beaten path just to get to it. They ain't created a road to it yet. Starting at $1,738. Florida, right now. Yes, I'm telling you, man, see, it's in the places we don't be looking. The county got it sitting right there. Over-the-counter tax deeds. Go get you some land. I don't see a lot of these guys aren't telling you this for whatever reason. They may not know 19 Keys, Hassan Campbell, Anton Daniels, which Anton does show you some real estate things, I think, in his membership group. I don't know. I just he speaks about financial empowerment, and he has a Patreon or a membership where you can sign up for that. But he's not. It is a lot of free game out there. It is. But Anton shows you a lot of his home and things. But really, this is sad to be able to grow your own food. I think Wall Street Trapper said he had a piece of land that he just bought, 400 acres or something for. I don't know. But this is where it's at. Like, everybody think they got this, like this conspiracy, that conspiracy, that one. Like, you need to feed yourself. You need to teach people how to go and get some land, how to feed themselves. Go to the auctions. Make sure these houses ain't got no liens on them. Get you some land, get you some seeds, grow your food. Take care of your necessities. And if you think, get you a well dug. Man, come on, man. It's really not that deep. COVID should have showed you. You got to go to the grocery store and they telling you 6 feet apart. If that's shut down, then what? What are you going to do? Who you? Not Ghostbusters, because this is self-explanatory. Look, mango, avocado tree right here, plant. Elderberry, soursop. I'm not talking down on nobody. Everybody's not going to get it at this time. I'm not. I'm just telling you this is what you got to do. You got to go get you some land. Because if all wars break out, then all war break out, nobody's really safe. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to pay. If it don't break out, so much AI is taking over jobs. Your job is not safe. Your bills still have to be paid. You still have to eat every day. If you can't afford to go to work because nobody's hiring you, and you still have to be able to feed your family. So if you don't have somewhere where you don't even have to worry about the mortgages due because you don't have to worry about that because you don't have a job now. But your mortgage, it ain't no mortgage no more because you pay for everything cash. That is such a stress relief. That makes you walk a little different. You talk a little different. So it's a whole nother power. And go and get you a piece of land. It don't gotta be that big. It don't. But to not have nothing and you got a closet that's worth you got $10,000 worth of fucking clothes in your closet? Come on, man. It's crazy. It's ridiculous to me. This is what makes the world go round, because we all have different spending habits. But I'm a connection of you, and this, if something is, look, we all, that's the way we should want to see nobody doing bad. No way. All of this land on this planet, you flying over the middle of America, it's all plain, nothing there, farmland, grass, weeds, corn, beans, dirt, soil, mountains, rivers, lakes, and they're not growing no food. We're so caught up in the power, capitalism, structure in that way to where we just don't want, life is so boring without it, I guess. Life is too boring without having the game of the way it's set up, the way it is. Because we got the land to feed everybody. So, and as you can see, it's a beautiful morning out here, and it's a sunny day. Partially cloudy too. Beautiful. Just waking up on this Tuesday rising. Got a great day in store. Gonna create a path to the coconuts that are along the creek. Yesterday we created a path to all the fruit trees up front. I want to be able to walk through my property and not have to worry about looking down everywhere to see if there's a snake. Although I will still be looking when I'm going through, even though we have some paths carved out. It's just going to be a lot less stress on the mind to have to keep looking around for these damn critters and creatures and everything else. So that's what we're doing right now. We're not clearing major space, we're just paths so we can get to our fruit trees. There's no point in having all these fruit trees if we can't get to them and eat them. All that's gonna happen is weeds are gonna grow around them and you can't eat. And I'm tired of going to the grocery store. I wanna be able to go through and get my guava, my cassava, whatever I wanna get, banana, tomato. I wanna be able to get whatever sour sop instead of having to have my machete every time I come through. It's just like defeats the purpose. You know what I mean? Now, it's still gonna have that forest feel and look, but when you're getting to the trees and so on and so forth, for the most part, that's what it's gonna look like right now. Now, as we grow more trees through here, we're gonna clear a lot of underbrush anyway, so a lot of that stuff won't even need to happen, but right now we don't have the underbrush cleared except for over here in this area, which is where we initially started. But we kind of took a step back from that because they have other things going on. This isn't something that they do. They just was doing that for me, and I appreciate them for that, but I need someone that's focused on doing strictly underbrush. Or I can come through and do it I can come through and do it myself, excuse me. But that'll come in the future. And in the meantime, I'm just coming on here, expressing my thoughts this rising. I feel okay. I'm in a good headspace today. Went to immigration yesterday, got my visa extended for another 30 days. What else did I do yesterday? Had to go down to the beach area, get some things taken care of. And I got my oil change. So we good. Drove the motorcycle for a lot yesterday. Really good on gas. I can't complain. $20 to fill up. Get about 160 miles per fill up. So every $20 you get 160 miles, give or take, which I like that. Really good on gas. How's everybody out there doing today? I really haven't tapped into any news, so I can't really talk about that right now because I'm so busy yesterday and the day before. But anyhow, this is See Thy Wealth, Water Your Health. And I think not today, possibly tomorrow, we're gonna start back here with the garden and try to get the spaces clear. If they don't get the coconuts and everything cleared up today for the path, then tomorrow, then they'll go back to that. But tomorrow, we'll start incision of this bush to create our garden. If that's, and then Thursday, I think nothing, and then Friday, we'll come back and get that going. Actually, we do gotta get these trees planted. I gotta get these trees planted, so the trees will be planted as well. What we're doing is talking about cultivating our grocery store. That's it, we're creating our grocery store, making sure we got our sections. It's all health food. I mean, you might have some junk within the health, like the cassava is a major starch, potatoes. There's a lot of vegetables that aren't really good for us that we think is, at least not on a consistent basis, maybe every once in a while. Starches which turn into sugar, so on and so forth. But for the most part, we're gonna have mainly fruit trees here, but our garden is gonna be what we eat. And then we'll get rid of what we don't eat. But everything is pretty much going to be what we eat. Maybe one thing that consumers like to eat, so we can do that. But for the most part, it's going to be what we like to eat, because that's what it is. We ain't really worried about making no money. The money is being created by the food that we're creating and the eating that we do. And we're able to save our money that way. Anyhow, again, I'm feeling good. I'm in a good mental space today, at least right now. Woke up in a good mind. It's always good to wake up in a good mind frame, in a mind state, even if things aren't perfect, because I'm able to make them as good as I possibly can based on the circumstances. Anyhow, I thought that video yesterday where I did of the government taking my land, I thought that was a interesting thing, because the government can't take anything that they don't own, although they do have something called eminent domain, at least in the States. I don't know about down here in this country, but in the States, if the government feels like they want to take your property for whatever they create and make up, they can use it. They can take it in the name of eminent domain. They got to pay you. It's not just taking you without paying you, but they pay you based off of, I guess, what they feel the market is demanding. So you still got to worry. Now, if it's in a trust, you might be treading in you're in a different jurisdiction at that point. I'm not here to give you legal advice. This isn't legal advice. I don't offer legal advice. If you need legal advice, seek yourself a competent counsel, and please be advised. But a trust is probably the best way to vest your property, and not just any trust. And I'm not here to give you on, just do your research on trust. Because when the government want to take what they want to take, guess what they're going to do? Look at how that property's vested, what name is the title in? Oh, we can come and snatch that. And if it's not vested the right way or the wrong way, then they'll pay you accordingly. It's just my opinion and my thoughts, but it has to be the right trust. It has to be the right vehicle that the property is held in. Anyhow, this is See Thy Wealth, man. I'm gonna start doing a lot of videos for my membership channel. My membership, there's a membership that I have. There's a membership that costs about, I don't even really want to promote that right now, so we're not going to get into that. Anyhow, this is See Thy Wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water, and I'll be back to y'all in another video. Anyhow, hit that like button, share button, and subscribe to the channel.